Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us at All Systems Go 2022. My name is Bryana, and I'll be your guide today as we journey through some of the key IT trends in state and local governments. I graduated from the University of Southern California with a bachelor's degree, and I am a business development executive here at Netreo. As a business development executive, I primarily focus on customer acquisition across all different verticals while also handling some commercial accounts as well. Throughout my role, I speak to many state and local government customers who are looking to find a new IT management solution. So here's the agenda I have planned for today. I want to start with an overview of the current state of local and state governments, and then I want to go into top trends that these organizations are concerned with in terms of IT. From there, I'll discuss a bit more about how Netreo provides solutions for these trends, and then go into some of our current customers. Lastly, I plan on talking about the impact potential there is currently for Netreo and IT in general within state and local governments. And then if you have any questions during the session, I'm available in the live chat to answer those. So what does state and local governments look like today in the tech world? First and foremost, it has now become critical for state and local governments to continue and accelerate the transition to digital government. The pandemic, exposed many inefficiencies within state and local governments across the country. So now more than ever, there is a push to move towards cloud-based infrastructures. Digitizing government also gives the potential to improve the lives of government workers and their citizens. In fact, it's become essential. They now must meet new needs and expectations. For example, digitized form filing. Even before COVID-19, filing paperwork in person was inconvenient and time-consuming. Now, at-risk constituents are avoiding contact with people from outside of their homes. Additionally, a huge portion of government work is related to administrative tasks. With forms for filing permits and licenses made accessible over the internet, administrative workers no longer need to manually file paperwork filled out by thousands of constituents and businesses every year. No longer do business owners need to take time out of their busy schedules to run down to town hall to file tedious paperwork. For example, new pet owners can get their pet licenses squared away at home in just minutes. One of the most prominent ways in which state and local governments have changed is remote government workers. No one wants to put themselves or their family at risk during a pandemic or any other emergency, but unfortunately, outdated infrastructure has left many government workers with no choice but to work from the office in order to deliver services to ensure business continuity. Not anymore, though. Working from the cloud means that government employees can actually work from the safety of their own home, which has been noticed to also drastically improve productivity. Lastly, these organizations seek to improve constituent experience in general. So many people felt frustration with state and local governments as a result of the lockdowns. As a result, civic engagement took a turn for the worse across the nation. However, now digital services can win constituents back. People really just want to be able to get things done quickly and conveniently, and now governments can actually deliver on those promises. Digital transformation also makes it easier for constituents to contact their local officials. They can improve their civic engagement by directly contacting their local government online or with a mobile app. So with any transition of an organization to digital, there will always be a need for more budget. And right now, there's a unique opportunity for state and local governments at the moment with the American Rescue Plan. So this is a $1.9 trillion bill passed by Congress back in March of 2021. And it's a really rare opportunity for local governments to invest in the modernization of IT systems and digital services. These investments solve short-term needs such as increasing efficiency and enabling remote work, while also transforming local governments so that they can thrive in the digital age for decades to come. After being approved by both the House and the Senate, President Biden signed the bill into law in 2021 with the main goal of helping the U.S. recover from losses caused by COVID-19. $350 billion of this bill has been allocated to state and local governments. The text of this bill actually clarified that A portion of the government funding can be used to update IT infrastructure, which means that once your local government receives its local stimulus money, it can actually be allocated to improve on existing inefficiencies that can better the lives of the entire community. The second main point I want to touch on is the impending security threats that all governments are facing right now. Local government data breaches are becoming much more common because hackers know that many municipal governments and county governments are using outdated information technology systems. For example, in 2018, there was a remote ransomware cyber attack against the city of Atlanta's obsolete computer networks, leaving multiple departments using pen and paper for more than a week. After the city refused to meet the hackers' demand for $51,000 in Bitcoin, the city lost up to $17 million in costs directly related to the hacking event, and costs to resolve the issue in general. On a state level, there's no less of a threat. In 2015, a government data loss event known as the hashtag Peach Breach left more than 6.1 million Georgia constituents with their personal information exposed, including voters' birth dates, driver's license numbers, and social security numbers. The government security breach came as a result of accidental inclusion of sensitive information in a document regularly distributed to various organizations. So in this case, it was sloppy protocol that allowed a lower tier government employee to let private constituent data slip through without any internal systems catching the issue. With rapid digital transformation comes an ever-increasing number of potential attack vectors. Not to harp on our competition, but the SolarWinds breach was a stark reminder that vulnerabilities can exist anywhere. Securing your organization and your customers' data reaches beyond just your internal infrastructure, and the SolarWinds breach emphasized the importance of working with vendors who place high priority on their own security. As an example, Netreo has gone to great lengths to achieve certifications such as SOC 2 Type 2 compliance and Veracode verified team status for third-party validation of our ongoing efforts to ensure security is one of the top priorities. I'll touch on this a little bit further later on in the presentation. So given the current state of governments and their need to adapt to the digital world, it is clear these organizations must invest in emerging technologies. When it comes to IT management specifically, here are the main trends the government IT teams we speak to are concerned with: security, automation, scalability, and centralizing operations. A lot of customers come to us initially looking to replace outdated tools like WhatsUp Gold, PRTG, and SolarWinds, and we believe Netreo has the best solutions for those key trends that I just mentioned. So starting with security, as mentioned, there's a major fear of data breaches because of all the recent hacks. At Netreo, we take this extremely seriously. When it comes to product security, some of the things that we look at are product updates, remote support access, and monitoring and event management. Updates and patches are generally released every 2 weeks or more often if needed for urgent security issues. Netreo product updates and remote support can be delivered via a secure VPN system to ensure the highest possible level of data security. And additionally, these communications are initiated from the Netreo server to Netreo's VPN concentrator and are authenticated and encrypted to ensure the highest possible level of data security. So in terms of monitoring and event management, Netreo's offerings monitor themselves and their components for performance, reliability, and security. And the system supports both auto remediation and alerting. So Netreo can also forward events to customers' central log repository or security management platform if desired. In terms of operational security, Netreo has adhered to leading practices that have been accumulated in Netreo's 22 years of experience serving customers in every industry. Each Netreo product release is first deployed in Netreo's lab environment, where it undergoes rigorous testing that stimulates real-world scenarios and potential security issues that may arise. Lastly, in terms of product security, Netreo's appliance offerings run on a customized and hardened version of the Linux operating system. To secure the operating system from network attacks, all unnecessary network services have been removed from the operating system. Additionally, Netreo's appliance security is independently and continuously audited and verified by Veracode, as mentioned previously. And we are actually the only monitoring vendor who has achieved any form of Veracode verification. In terms of web security, Netreo's SaaS offering is SOC 2 compliant and undergoes continuous compliance monitoring, which SolarWinds and PRTG specifically do not. Okay, next is automation. Automation and delivering services digitally wherever feasible is imperative to the sustainability of many government operations. Earlier in the presentation, I touched on constituent unhappiness and other challenges exacerbated by COVID. Leveraging automation in the Netreo platform actually gives IT teams time back that they can then use to focus on initiatives that drive better end user experiences for their constituents. With our platform, IT teams can intelligently automate mission-critical tasks like outage reports, root cause analysis, and mapping to help them keep their eyes off the dashboards instead on the future of their state and local governments, and again, those constituent experiences. Netreo has done a great job of automated reporting. Netreo's reporting engine is self-contained and has full automation capabilities. It provides statistics from virtually any device on a network like bandwidth, errors, CPU, memory, disk, you name it. We also use automated reports to turn performance into usable statistical data or information to assist IT managers, engineers, and anyone else in the organization or IT decision-making process. These reports can include multi-year tables, graphs, pie charts, and more. And because Netreo stores 3 years of historical trending data by default, you get instant access to trends and comparative long-term historical analysis, as opposed to just 3 days of data like What's Up Gold. So Netreo's automated mapping functionality provides instant visual confirmation of network and device status for any size organization with minimal configuration and maintenance. Netreo automatically plots the locations of different sites or government agencies and departments on the map and populates them with status, threshold, and availability data so that no additional configuration is required. Automatic topology detection allows teams to visualize the current topological configuration of the network without having to manually lay out maps for every location. Administrators can upload custom images, status data, which is then updated in real time, which allows visualization in a familiar format, such as a logical diagram of your network devices or a map of an agency or department within a government. Additionally, with automated detection, Netreo will automatically detect new hosts, guests, and data stores as they are configured in the virtual environment. These capabilities are especially helpful in ensuring that new devices are discovered and configured as soon as they come online. It also ensures that teams don't have blind spots in their infrastructure. This can help avoid painful firefighting if and when an unmonitored device is causing an outage or downtime. Okay, moving on to scalability. As state and local governments adapt to modern technology, their ability to scale with an IT management tool is key. From a scalability perspective, Netreo is built to manage environments of all sizes, from hundreds of devices to millions. Budget can be hard to come by at a state and local government level, so pricing predictability is huge. Hidden costs for servers, operating systems, polling engines, and more can leave organizations having to go back to the well that is likely already dried up and lead to struggling with blind spots until more budget becomes available. In terms of pricing, Netreo is very flexible and inclusive of all features. Government's license per device as opposed to per module. And there are no hidden costs because the platform is self-contained. Additionally, Netreo's responsive user interface works from anywhere, on any platform, with no client to download or install. Multiple users and administrators can all be working in the application at the same time with no issues from anywhere in the extended enterprise, including over VPN connections across the internet. And with no agents or probes to deploy, it can be up and running in no time. So adding devices is very easy to do. Also, Netreo will automatically update itself to the latest maintenance release, so you don't have to deal with a long period of downtime. And then lastly, centralizing operations. State and local governments need a complete and organized view of all the separate entities that they serve. Having a central command center run through Netreo allows well-documented monitoring and configuration management changes, disaster recovery, escalation, incidents, security events, and problem management. With customized dashboards and reporting, IT teams can seamlessly integrate database metrics into an overall picture of health. Netreo is designed to make access to information as quick and simple as possible, allowing government organizations to spend less time managing the management platform and more time focusing on their core business. Whether you're a manager, executive, or network engineer, Netreo provides a view that's ideal for helping teams get the information they need to do their job quickly and efficiently. Each user can have their own custom dashboard constructed from a large number of customizable widgets so that those specific users can only see the information that they want. Also, with Netreo's configuration management, teams can view configuration changes in a timeline or calendar view. This allows organizations to easily detect and alert and report changes to device configurations. And this instant visibility can also eliminate configuration changes as possible cause of outages quickly, allowing technical teams to focus on the actual problems and not waste time trying to figure out who changed what. Lastly, Netreo also allows governments to monitor end user support and integrate their ticketing system. Many governments currently use ServiceNow, which is great because Netreo actually can integrate with ServiceNow bidirectionally. Okay, so Netreo's current footprint within state and local governments. As you can see here, Netreo works with many different entities within state and local government. Some notable customers are Greater Harris County, 911 Emergency Network, and also Boulder County. So I actually want to touch a bit more on one of our most valuable customers, which is Boulder County. Boulder County came to us needing to monitor 15 different departments. And for them, these 15 different departments are like 15 different companies. For example, they have the sheriff, the treasurer, jail, coroner, parks and open space, to name just a few. And their enterprise team supports all of those. So they manage service desks, Office 365, network admin, and security. Previously, Boulder County was using multiple tools like VMware and Cisco that each had different pockets of monitoring capabilities. But with Netreo, they're now able to consolidate all of these into one tool and have their analytics and reporting under one umbrella. And they have never had the ability to have one dashboard with as many capabilities as Netreo. So this was huge for them. Secondly, when we first spoke to Boulder County, they were only receiving alerts via email, which sometimes would get lost in their crazy inboxes. Their IT teams are already using Microsoft Teams 70% more than email. So with Netreo, they are now able to get alerts on Teams and also on the mobile app. And that's been huge for them to have those alerts come through on their phone, especially since they're working from home now, their remote working environment. They also needed a good visual tool to see the health of their environment, which is another thing that they just did not have before. And lastly, they were having a really hard time managing multiple projects within multiple departments. For example, their sheriff's office is a very demanding environment because of reasons like compliancy, human interaction, and privacy of data. They also manage 600 plus cameras across the county. So you can imagine they're dealing with a lot of independent entities that can be very hard to manage. We are able to offer them custom dashboards to help them stay organized when dealing with multiple departments and also keep everything under that one umbrella. And they can now visually see the health of their environments in one place. So this is a Gartner review from a Netreo government customer that I thought would be interesting to mention. So I'll just go ahead and read it. Quote, Netreo support is one of the best in the industry. Our account leveraged their trusted advisor services offering, giving us a dedicated engineer and regular meetings to discuss ongoing issues or initiatives. Resolution and escalation were consistent and timely. The product itself is top-notch with a variety of polling and alerting features. As a 15-year sysadmin, I've used nearly every NMS in the industry and was not familiar with Netreo. I found the product to be easy to administer and feature-rich. Netreo development is continuously improving the product. So in terms of Netreo's impact potential within state and local governments, first, it's very clear that digitization of local governments is now becoming a necessity. So as governments move away from time-consuming, outdated processes, they need to monitor their IT infrastructure. Their need to monitor IT infrastructures is greater than ever before. Second, the threat landscape is evolving at a time when governments face a much wider attack surface. Hybrid work and expanded digital services have now created a seemingly limitless perimeter, and many tools out there are not equipped with the level of security to avoid breaches. But this is an opportunity for Netreo to come in, considering the level of security measures that we take, especially compared to our competitors. Thirdly, because of the American Rescue Plan, $350 billion is being delivered directly to state and local governments. And these funds represent a really rare opportunity for local governments to invest in the modernization of IT systems, government software, and digital constituent services. And that's all I have today. Thank you so much for your time. I'd love it if you would connect with me in the Nugget platform if we have not already. And I'm also available in the live chat as well.